again, Linda Davis here from New England Fine Living, and today I am making pecan pie and apple pie for Thanksgiving. I figured here in the kitchen, why not set up the camera and you can follow along if you'd like. And I already have a video on YouTube on this pecan pie. It's so delicious, so easy, not a lot of ingredients. My mother's been making this since I was a child and I absolutely love it. Every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and whatever other holidays, sometimes even 4th of July. So I'm going to just start making the pie. I have my recipe here on my computer. I keep pulling it up and I just realized I can't even see that without my glasses. It's getting old, but anyways, luckily I have my glasses aside here. I'm going to go through the steps here, and one thing, this is crazy, I like to try to crack my eggs with one hand. It's silly, but if I can do it without getting a shell, it makes me feel accomplished. So, there is a shell in that one. Some eggs are so fragile that they can't help but crack. Oh boy. Let's see here, that's a big shell. There we go, got it. Some eggs seem to have such hardy shells, and some are so fragile that it does just break into it. All right, so let's get with that. So you want 3 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, and I already measured out this item here, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and just put my glasses on here. I gotta confirm my salt and vanilla here. 1/2 teaspoon salt and a teaspoon vanilla. So let's see here. I'm gonna keep back on. So I might as well just keep them on. Let's see. 1/2 teaspoon salt. And then a teaspoon vanilla. I sometimes add extra vanilla, I love it. And then, let's see here, we have a cup of white corn syrup. And one thing I like to do when I'm using my corn syrup, sometimes I will just give my measuring cup or container a quick spray. It just helps release the corn syrup a lot easier. So let's go to 1 cup. Probably could have had this all measured out for you too, but I just wanted to show how I sprayed that. And I need a spatula. So once again, this is 1 cup corn syrup. Once again, it just slides right out, really easy. Works well for molasses also. All right, now just put this aside. Put it right inside that cup there so it's on the counter. And then we're going to whisk that together. Just slowly mix in the sugar first, get the eggs broken up. Could use your electric mixer, but for this I don't bring it out because it's so easy to then just whisk it together with a fork or even a whisk. I said, I have been making this for so many years. I'm surprised I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head, but I don't even remember what I have on for shoes right now, so how am I gonna remember a recipe? See, nice and fast. So that's already done. So I'll put this aside for a second. Have a sip of water. I picked up this glass yesterday at Savers of all places. I'm going to be sharing a video on some thrifting I've done recently, but I love pretty little glasses like this just to enjoy. So, pie crust. I do like making my own crust, but sometimes when time is of the essence, I do the store-bought. One negative is that they're sometimes too small for my pie plates. Positive is it's fast and easy. So once I rolled it out, I rolled under the edges here, and the reason for that, partly for looks, but also it helps keep it from burning. You want it a little bit thicker since that's exposed. And then I just go around, and I have my knuckles together, just to give it a pretty little ruffle. Once again, this is on another video that I did earlier. But I got quite a few nice responses and direct messages that you kind of like when I do the videos as I'm going. So I figured, I'm making this, why not? All right, so I'm gonna bring my mixture back here again. I just wanted to have that done. So pecans, we just pull up this again. I believe it's 1.5 cups, but I just want to make sure of pecans, 1.5 cups of pecans. So let me grab, what did I do with my cup measurer? Oh, it's over here. Since my other one has the syrup in it, I'm just gonna grab a, these are full pecans. You could obviously chop them a little bit if you'd like. So 1.5, just eyeball that. And sometimes I usually add extra in at the end when I see that it might be needed as a top, you know, if this is just not enough. And just mix these in. How simple, huh? Easy peasy. I just realized I didn't start preheating my oven also. I'm trying to multitask today, setting up the table, and I have some wrapping to do for another project. And all I'm doing now is pouring it in. You don't have to pre-bake this at all. Let me just go grab my spatula here again. You don't have to pre-bake the pastry crust, the pie crust, I mean. Just get all of this deliciousness inside the bowl. Like I said, after I make another pecan pie, I'm going to move on to our apple pie, and I'm going to do my leaf pastry top again. It's really pretty. It's but then it gets cut into, and then yeah, it was pretty for a quick moment. I'm just gonna move that around. And like I said, sometimes I will just add a few of the pecans along the top and then press them in if I see any voids. But I have looks like a pretty good amount here on this one. Just get them all covered. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And then I'm going to put it in a preheated oven. Let's see here, 40-45 minutes, and my oven's going to be preheated at 375. Should have had it preheated already, completely forgot, but I can do that now. Here are the 2 pies ready to go into the oven. It's just about ready to put them in. I did bake an apple pie in this oven once before. It's fairly new to me, so I think I got the timing, but this time I just realized I'm using convection bake, and before I used regular bake, so I'm gonna have to keep my eye on this 40-45 minute. Just need to, you know, watch it so that the pie crusts are a really nice golden brown, and that your inside mix here has lost a little bit. Let me see if I can do this without shaking too much, so that it doesn't move around a lot in your pie shell. Just about, oh, yes, they're done. I've got my cooling racks out. Right now I was just prepping some, let's see, my onions and the celery for, okay. Let's shut off this oven. I was prepping for our stuffing. I like to pre-cut my veggies and put them in a baggie, and then when I'm ready to start that part of the project, I can just pour them into the pan. Oh yeah, those are perfect. There you have it, 2 pecan pies. And once these cool off, I'm going to try not to test them. Ben and I have been going gluten-free, carb-free for a couple of weeks now, preparing for Thanksgiving, and this is so tempting. See what I said? Absolutely still hot in there. The top of the crust is nice and firm, and inside is going to be nice and ooey and gooey.